All right, good morning. Let's go over today's trade plan. So in the overnight session, we saw that ES extended the down move from Friday and then found buyers ahead of the 75 half support, resulting in a pretty decent bounce back up towards the 92 level. The recap post from Friday mentioned we had resistance at 89 half to 91 half in the overnight session, and sellers have been active there so far in the overnight. Now heading into the open, as far as the econ calendar goes, we have new home sales at 9 a.m. Central, and then Apple reports earnings after the close. So it's almost like its own little econ event right after the close. So heading into the open, we're using 89.75 to 91.75 as pre-market resistance. That's an important area right off the open, and holding below it tells us that even in the short term, sellers are in control, and we can get a move down to the 80 to 82 initial support, filling the gap at the 82 level. Now, given the overall bearish context, I'd rather be more active on the short side than the long side, and that's why initial support is a good target on shorts. But as far as whether we're going to enter long there, that's something we'll have to figure out in real time. Depending on how weak the internals are, how the other markets are shaping up. If NQ is holding up quite well, then perhaps it might be worth a shot there. But again, I'd rather be cautious on the long side, and even if that means, missing a trade, that's okay, because we could potentially go and test the overnight low, 75 half to 76 half, and then find buyers there, and then bounce. So, given that we're in a bearish context, I'd rather use the support zones as targets on the short side. Now, with the Apple earnings after the close, overall, I am expecting more of a balanced type session where we get two-sided movement. But, within that two-sided movement, I would still rather be short and, trade a move up into resistance for a move back down into support rather than try to step in as a buyer, and then especially if it's not ideal trade location, I'd rather just skip it. So on the long side, we're still going to be cautious. Doesn't mean that we're not going to take any longs if something sets up in real time where it's very obvious that we're in a balanced type session and we're kind of extended to the downside. Then I'll certainly consider it. But, between the two, I'd rather be more active on the short side. So heading into the open, this pre-market resistance zone is pretty key. If we break above it, then we're going to have the 94 half to 95 half to deal with. Sellers can enter over there. And above that, we have resistance at 97 to 99 with the previous VPOC at 98 quarter. That's an area that has potential to cap the upside. So, the first move into that area, I will be active on the short side, and, we'll look to enter short there and then target a rotation back down towards the 89 to 90 zone and potentially lower. Aside from that, those are really the main ideas. We do want to be selective. We're still running on pretty decent volume in the overnight session. So, we can still get pretty decent movement and decent range, but this is a day following a pretty wide range trend down day. So, it could be a quieter session where the market, kind of digests and consolidates the move from Friday. So, we are still going to be selective, but I think that we will have some pretty decent opportunities on the day time frame as long as we're patient and we're waiting to enter at the key zones. There's some pretty good reward to risk available at the resistance zones as well as the lower extended support zones. But overall, we're looking for two-sided type moves, more active on the short side, cautious on the long side. That's really the main theme of the day. So let's see how well we open and how well we hold, and we'll take it from there.